Hola guys and girls, and welcome to the team builder for ICBA Week 9. We are up versus the Reno Acerolas, coached by none other than SpanicAtTheDisco. If you watched last week's match, we sadly lost 4-0 versus Johnny JB and his Oregon Ducklets. So we are in need of the win to actually not guarantee us a playoff spot. We already have that guaranteed. We need a win to guarantee that we end up in the top 3, and with that have one game less going into the playoffs. Basically, we have one chance less to potentially be eliminated, and that's of course what we want to aim for. We just need to win right here, then we are guaranteed for that, and then next week's match just matters basically for differential if you want to number one seeds, stuff like that. So basically, last week's match didn't matter as much in the losing spectrum. The main thing is this match. If we win right here, we guarantee top 3. If we win next week as well, we end up with the number 1 seed and have potentially easier matchup. That depends, of course, on how the other games are played. I have no idea about that yet. I will look into that after this match, basically going before the next match to see like which matchup I prefer and stuff like that. But either way, focusing on this match, we are facing Spanic, and he currently has a record of 5-3, so he's going into a winning record. He still needs to guarantee his playoff spot. Currently he is in playoffs, but if he loses right here, there are other people in the conference which are tailing him very closely, so he might actually lose his playoff spot. So he is in for a very important match. We are in for an important match to guarantee that we have one game less going into the playoffs. So two coaches looking for a win right here, even though it's pretty close to the end of the season. And I like that a lot that it's a game like this, because at the end of the season there are two kinds of games. There are the games which don't matter at all anymore, and the games which matter a lot. And this is one of the ones which still matters a lot. So you can be excited for a cool match. But let's look at his team and see what Spanic can bring to the table. He has the Terrakion, Hydreigon, Landorus Eye, Arcanine, Mantine, Mimikyu, Serena, Electros, Mega Metagross, Claydol, and Kangaskhan. And when you're asking Lars, why does he have 2 S-tier mons? He has Landorus Eye and Mega Metagross. How did that happen? Then I can reassure you, the Landorus Eye is indeed not Sheer Force, it's the Nerf variant with Sand Force. So it's not an S-tier mon, still a very friendly mon, but it's not S-tier. He got Mr. Man, but the nerfed version without Sheer Force. So S-tier mon is indeed the Mega Metagross, and that is for sure the biggest threat on my team as well. It's way too bulky, way too strong, way too fast, way too bulky. Yes, I said it twice because it's just way too bulky. It's difficult to basically OHKO that thing. It's insanely difficult to OHKO that thing, and it just 2-KOs everything in the back. It's way too speedy, so we need a speedy mon, which still can do a lot of damage to it without dying in the process. So the main focus is going to be bearing down Mega Metagross to bring it in range of my mons, so I can revenge kill it or even OHKO it with other mons. Other big threats he has, of course, are the Landorus and the Hydreigon. Both potential Z-move user. The Hydreigon not as big as the Landorus. I think the Landorus is set up there with Rock Polish or Sword Sense. Rock Polish I'm more scared of because that can just straight sweep my team. Sword Sense of course can more break through my team, but I'm more worried about losing the game than just losing a few months. So I'm more scared about Rock Polish, and if he brings that the Z variant, that is going to be troublesome for my team. I do have the Sneasel with potentially Ice Shot, but like you can see on the top left, I'm not bringing Sneasel, so that is still a problem. Other big threat, of course, the Terrakion. Terrakion is... I have monster check Terrakion, but the problem is the monster check Terrakion check Mega Metagross as well, and so that means that these mons are very pressured. Basically, I can stop one of them, but then the other mon comes in and my mon is already weakened. So if he brings both, I am in a bit of a trouble. I have to play more careful with my mons to check each other. Basically, a bit more preserved. Not switching in every time, preserving a bit for the right time, stuff like that. So that is the problem with Terrakion and Mega Metagross. And then last threat is the Electros. Before they actually had a Manectric, he made a transfer and changed Manectric to Electros, so he can use that. But both basically are the same, which is probably on my team, are electric types with fire coverage. The main thing I have to deal with electric types is my Roserade and my Latios potentially, but more so Roserade, and that of course doesn't like taking fire hits. And then we have Latios, which then of course can just be knocked off U-turn by the Electros. So that's a problem. Manectric was a bit easier to deal with because you can't really touch Latios, Baron Finpower Isis, which of course not that strong. Electros is more of a problem, but the good thing of course with Electros is that it's a bunch slower, so you can get a good amount of hits on that. And yeah, basically wear it down or kill it easier than a Manectric potentially, which would be Choice Scarf. I don't think it would bring a Choice Scarf Electros, mainly are there like leftovers or Assault Vest. So yeah. Main thing, it's a bit more bulky, so it's more difficult to take down, and it just needs some hits on that, where on Manectric I probably just need one hit to really kill it, but getting that one hit off is of course difficult if it's world switching around my team. But yeah, that is the whole team. He of course got some other annoying mons like the Mimikyu with its disguise ability, very annoying, but basically I need to get something has to take a hit from the Mimikyu so I can bust the disguise, and then I still have to kill it actually, so that is annoying. It can give Sword Sense, get some hits on me. Arcanine is troublesome. It's best check he has potentially for my Speed Boost Blaziken. It is a Z user, but like I said, I expect more Landorus or Hydreigon as a Z mover. Most likely Landorus, but he might bring Hydreigon with a Z move as well, if it's just Life of Landorus, stuff like that to sweep him on team, or just straight Choice Band and Choice Scout. Many options. Then he has Mantine, Serena, his Claydol, and Kangaskhan. His more bulky core, yes, I put Kangaskhan on the more bulky core, because in the past weeks, if he brought Kangaskhan, it was most of the cases a defense variant, like especially a Sweat variant mainly, with like Wish, Protect, and stuff like that. So, yeah. And yeah, that's basically the whole team. Let's go over mine. I'm gonna start up with Luftwaffe, Physical Defensive Skarmory, Ironhead, Whirlwind, Roost, Stealth Rock. Pretty like as standard as it can be with Skarmory. Physical Defensive with Stealth Rock, Ironhead, Whirlwind, Roost. Put Brave Bird over Ironhead and you have your standard Smoker's Head. But yeah, this thing is there to mainly check the Metagross, and with that the Terrakion as well. Like I said, both pressure might Skarmory very much. Terrakion a bit more because, I mean, depends. Like, Terrakion with Sword Stance is very threatening to my Skarmory, and Metagross is very threatening to my Skarmory because it can potentially get the, the boost from Biomash. In which case, he can 2-hit over your Thunder Punch, otherwise he would be able to. And the main thing is, I can't really touch the Terrakion. I can't touch with Ironhead, but I mainly can't touch the Metagross, and that's why I have Rocky Helmet, so I can wear that down, bring him in range of my Mons, and then roll it around in case something sets up. Boost for recovery, Stealth Rocks to Stealth Rocks, a little in edge and speed, so I can outspeed some other Mons, and I need actually the max Fist Def investment you see right here on screen to not be 2-hit KO'd by Terrakion or the Metagross. If they, of course, have some boost, that is a different story, but without a boost, this thing can take them on. Choice Band Terrakion does good to me as well with close combat, so that's a problem as well. But yeah, we will have to deal with that once the time comes. Next up, we got Blaziken with a very interesting set. First of all, let's look at the EVs. Enough speed to outspeed everything up to a Scarf Terrakion at +2. +1, of course, I'm not able to Scarf Terrakion. At +2, I am able, though, with Life Orb, mixed attacking, max special attack, because my main attacks are special, and then a little bit in attack. Let's look at our attacks now. We got Focus Blast, max special attack with the Life Orb. That is because, like I said, the Arcanine is his best check to me. Mantine potentially as well, but I can see I have Thunder Punch even on this variant, so Mantine is not the greatest check to me, but he has the Arcanine. Even if I max attack, Element, Life Orb, Stone Edge does not 2-hit KO him, or Earthquake, which basically does the same damage, so that is a big problem. But Focus Blast with the max special attack and this actually does 70 to 80% to adjust max HP Arcanine, so after Rocks, potentially an OHKO, and that is awesome. Then you have Flamethrower, because first of all, I wanted one reliable stab option which doesn't miss, so I have Flamethrower or Fire Blast, and Flamethrower with the Life Orb is actually already enough to kill Metagross. If it's not bulk investment, I can OHKO that with Flamethrower. And then of course we have Thunder Punch with the attack investment I have and the Life Orb that is guaranteed to OHKO every variant of Mantine barring a Wakon one. Even fully physically defensive is not enough to take a Thunder Punch from me, and then you have Protect just to get some speed boost going. And yeah, the main scary thing with Blaziken is that there are two monsters I would need to have a Focus Blast with to really deal damage to them. That is the Terrakion and the Hydreigon. Both resist my Flamethrower. Hydreigon in addition resists Thunder Punch as well, but Thunder Punch is not stab, not fully physically offensive, so it won't do too much damage to the Terrakion as well. So these are the two monsters I would need to hit a Focus Blast with in addition to Arcanine. So that is a bit scary, but I decided for this variant because it's just the surprise factor. He brings an Arcanine and Focus Blast and he's dead, and then I already have my +1 speed boost. I need to go for 1 block protect, I'll speed the whole team, and I can potentially speed for the whole team if I, of course, get all my hits with Focus Blast. But yeah, so not as reliable as a sweeper, but it has the chance to sweep if I just hit the Focus Blast. But we all know it's Focus Blast, so we will see what actually happens with that. Next up, we have Roserade, which is just on the team for the Electros. Before that, I had a team variation without Roserade, and Electros is just way too big of a threat. Like, it's not going to sweep me, definitely, but it will take hits, get good damage on my Mons, and will just bring my Mons in range for all his other Mons, and it will be very annoying. That's why I decided to bring the Roserade. Max, special defensive, can take it out on beastly well. I get some spikes on it, Sludge from Giga Drain. Civis is pretty standard set. Natural Cure, because we don't have any Technician boosted moves, of course. And yeah, I can't really touch the Mega Metagross with that, but I do have some nice switch-ins, and I have the spikes just to wear down the Mega Metagross. He has a good amount of floating mons, like flying or levitating. He has Hydreigon, Landorus, Mantine, Electros, and the Claydol, which are all not affected by spikes, but the main thing I want to affect by spikes are, one, the Mega Metagross, and it's kind of the Arcanine as well, so it brings in range of Focus Blast, and then, of course, like stuff like Mimikyu, Serena, on Terrakion, you take the damage as well. But if I had to choose between not hitting the Terrakion if I have hidden Power Fire, or not hitting the, what do you call it? Metagross and Terrakion, and not having that, or not having Sludge Bomb, and not being able to hit, for example, the Arcanine, or the Mimikyu, or the Serena, I rather decide for this, and basically end up not hitting the Mega Metagross, because Skarmory is more reliable versus Mega Metagross than it is versus the Terrakion, because Terrakion can set up, and then has a chance to KO me, whereas Metagross would need to get the attack raise to basically deal with my Luftwaffe, or get some prior damage on it, of course. let's decide with this Mon Synthesis, of course, because I want recovery because I'm a defensive Mon, and with Synthesis I can potentially even take on the Hydreigon, because I can Synthesis up on Dracos and stuff like that. Yeah, mainly there for the Electros, of course. And yeah, if he's special attacking, which I'm most likely expecting, if he's physically attacking my, not my Ladius, but my Melodic can take it a bit better on, if that's Wild Shot, of course, but physical Electros is actually a huge threat for my team, not gonna lie. Melodic can take it on better, but it's still a huge threat. Next up, let's talk about Melodic. Melodic is my main check to the Hydreigon, and I've maxed physically defensive because I want to be a check to Landorus as well, if he's physically attacking. If you look at the stat distribution, the special attack is still even 1 point higher, even though we're fully physically defensive with a plus defense nature. That is so I can take on the Hydreigon, because my Rosary can't really take on the Hydreigon with Fire Blast. Like I said, I can Synthesis up on Dragon Meteors, but Fire Blast actually do too much damage to me. Melodic, on the other hand, does not get too hit cold by everything on his team, anything on his move pool potentially, barring Devastating Drake from a Draco plus a Draco. That does 2-hit KO my Melodic. So I have to recover on the right time in case he is a Z variant. Other than that, I have Scald, Toxic, just Scald for overall his Mons, because many of his Mons, which are physically attacking, I want to hit with a Scald. For example, Terrakion, Landorus, Arcanine, all of these Mons, I not only have the burn chance, with Arcanine of course not, but with all of these Mons, I hit super effectively with Scald as well. Toxic mainly there for the Mantine, because that is immune to my water attacks, and then you have Refresh, because so often this season it happened that I changed tactic with the opposing bulky water type with Melodic, that I want to get rid of that. If I get burned, I don't mind that. I like being burned. That gives me a Mother Scale boost and makes me take on hits from physical Landorus, for example, better. But other than that, if I'm tactic, I'm going to refresh that right up and then recover, of course, recovery. Little in speed to get some speed, to not get split as easily, and yeah, that's pretty standard actually. Like, we have 3 standard Mons right here. These are 3 are pretty standard, and then you have a fun Basican. Next up, we are going to go with a Choice Scarf, Digger Speed, Earthquake, Frustration, Knock Off U-Turn, pretty standard as well. Enough speed to outspeed a Scarf Serena potentially. And yeah, he is pretty weak to Frustration, barring 2 Mons. Mimikyu is of course immune to that, and the Mega Metagross, which of course is resistant to that. And that's pretty good defensive stats, but Metagross doesn't like taking Earthquakes, of course, and Mimikyu doesn't like taking Earthquakes as well. This Digger Speed actually is a huge threat to his team. This is my more reliable late game sweeper with Frustration. Of course, I need to weaken the Mons like the Mimikyu, or kill Mimikyu basically, or weaken their Metagross, which I have with Spikes and Rocky Helmet on my Skarmory. I can rev that down really fast. Like I said, Amazekid is not really too reliable as a late game sweeper, just because of the Focus Blast, but this thing is more reliable in that. It's the most reliable way in revenge killing the Metagross as well, because it does outspeed and does outgo with Earthquake. Blaziken needs to get a Protect to outspeed it, and my Ladios does speed tie with it, so potentially might lose that. And then I've just used momentum and knockoff just for utility. I didn't need any other coverage with this team, looking at how it is. And yeah, I just want to get rid of items basically, and yeah, that's basically Digger Speed. Get momentum and potentially late game speed Frustration. Because he has so many floaters, be it Levitating or Flying Mons, I don't expect me to sweep late game with Earthquake. My main thing is going to be sweeping with Frustration, but yeah, that is Digger Speed. And last but not least, we got our 4 attacks, Ghostium Z, Ladios, so Psychic, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Shadow Ball. Basically, Bolt Beam with this team is very nice, because Ice Beam, of course, hits the, the Landorus 4 times super effectively, Thunderbolt the Mantine, then Shadow Ball, of course, there for the Mega Metagross. With Ghostium Z, actually have a very nice chance to OHKO that if he's not invested, and then Psychic mainly there over Draco or Dragon Pulse, because first of all, its main thing to switch in to me is the Mega Metagross, which of course is very bulky, can take the hits and potentially Pursuit Trap me, and if I go for Draco, I can't OHKO that anymore with Z Shadow Ball. If I have Dragon Pulse, over Psychic, I could still do the Shadow Ball thing, Thingamajigger, but I don't have anything to OHKO the Dragon anymore. With Psychic, I can still do that, and the only thing I would really need Dragon Pulse for is the Hydreigon. That I can still take with Ice Beam, so yeah, just straight 4 attacks. Thought I had Roost on this, but then I was always missing basically one coverage moves to either the Mantine, hit the Hydreigon, hit the Terrakion, hit the Metagross. In the end, just let's go 4 attacks. Let's go for max speed, potentially a speed type with the Metagross. And if he tries to Pursuit Trap me, I can just pop the Ghostium Z, lift the Pursuit if he wins the speed type. If he's not winning the speed type, of course, just kill him with Ghostium Z. But yeah, I think that's a nice surprise versus the Metagross as well. And yeah, that's basically all for my team. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. You will see the match tomorrow. And yeah, let's hope we can win that to guarantee our top 3 spot in the ICBA going into the playoffs. But that is all for this video. If you like, leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Hit me out on Twitter, Facebook. All the links are in the description. And I will see you tomorrow for the match.